Shalom, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, all praises and double honors due to Yahweh Ba'ashem HaMashiach Malak Yahushai. Secondly, this is Brother Yardan W5 Detroit coming back at you with the end of the cold cut. Today in this cold cut, we will be reading this article and touching on the riches and how they profit nothing. They don't profit a damn thing in this world. All right. And this bishop, we're going to be speaking about him as well. As you can see, the New York Post. Flashy NYC bishop robbed of $1 million in jewels during live stream, says heist wasn't staged for insurance. Whether it is or it isn't, nevertheless, we know that this man is in love with money. But let's prove it. Let's continue to read. The Gucci wearing, and we'll watch the video soon enough, but the Gucci wearing Brooklyn bishop targeted in a 1 million jewelry heist denied Friday that the robbery was staged for an insurance payout. And we can't put nothing past these fat cat pastors. Bishop Lamar Miller, Whitehead, was asked about the possibility, which has been raised on social media at an emergency press conference, according to the Brooklyn paper. He denied the scenario while gripping about how hard it's been to win sympathy over it, his diamond-studded losses. Fendi, Louis, and Gucci. Why can't I wear that in church? What's wrong with that? Miller Whitehead said, referring to his many luxury brand suits. Miller Whitehead, who cops says was robbed by a trio of masked thieves in the middle of his live stream sermon Sunday in Slacky, I can't see, Canarsie, has had to fight back against critics who said his flashy lifestyle made him a ripe target for robbers. And this is the fat cat pastor. He is also embroiled in other controversies. It's like he embroiled in other controversies, including a newly uncovered lawsuit accusing him of bilking a passioneer out of her 90,000 damn life savings in 2020. Look at this guy. Look at this knucklehead, bro. And most are going to catch up with him, man. So let's watch the video.
Yo, yo. All right, right, right. All right, all right. Yo, all right, all right. Everybody stay still. Nobody move. Nobody move.
I'm gonna be real. That doesn't even look a shred of real. You know. Again, I wouldn't be surprised if all of this was a stunt for insurance. For insurance. Now here's another video of this knucklehead who's gonna get judged by the Lord.
What's up, y'all? What's up? This the Bishop. It's a little chilly out here in New York. But I want to say this to y'all.
This man knows no precepts, no breakdowns. I doubt he's fasting and praying. You can clearly.
Don't worry about what people say about you. They just don't understand. Stay fresh. Do you. Allow God to bless you. And drive what you want to drive. That's right. I'm a preacher. Bishop. And I drive.
Wow. Just wow. Yeah, that's sickening. That's sick. If you're a Christian and you're listening to him and you have a strong delusion, But let's get Sirach first. Let's get Sirach, the 11th chapter. Sirach chapter 11. Let's see. Let's see if this is it. Verse 4. It says, "Boast not of thy clothing and raiment, and exalt not thyself in the day of honor. For the works of the Lord are wonderful, and his works among men are hidden." Right? But yet we find this man boasting of his clothing and raiment. He's saying, he literally just said, "Well, what's wrong with wearing that? Why can't I wear that in church? You know, those are luxury brands. So you don't typically wear luxury brands to be lowly. You wear it to show out. That's why people buy luxury brands, to prove that they have money. They're boasting in their clothing. You understand? Now let's get James the fifth chapter. Let's get let's get the fifth chapter. It's a damn shame. And I'm sure a lot of Israelites are gonna go back to him on Sunday morning, and they nasty ass, slack it real quick. In that nasty ass church, man. This is James chapter 5, verse 1. "Go to now, ye rich men, weep and howl for your miseries that shall come upon you." Why is the Lord ultimately singling out rich men? Because we know through history, right, and it's evident before our eyes as well, that rich men are very prideful. That's why the Lord Yahweh Shai even said it is easier for a camel to enter into the eye of the needle than a rich man into the heaven. Because they're so consumed with the luxuries and the carnal things of this world. Your riches are corrupted, and your garments are moth eaten. Your gold and silver is cankered. And you know what? Let me get this verse. Whoops. I'm gonna pull it up. Bear with me. This is Ecclesiastes. So far. This is Ecclesiastes chapter 5. Let's see. Ecclesiastes chapter 5, verse 10. He that loveth silver shall not be satisfied with silver, nor he that loveth abundance with increase. This is also vanity. So the Lord said it's vanity. He said, "What's wrong with wearing this?" Let's see it one more time.
And drive what you want to drive. That's right. I'm a preacher. Do you allow? They just don't understand. Stay fresh.
The Lord didn't say stay fresh. The Lord never, there's not one Bible verse where the Lord said, "Thou shalt stay fresh and comely."
Do you allow God to bless you?
And you understand, you have to really break down what he's saying. Not on the right hand side, but like on understanding man's the ways of man, right? He's literally saying, "I'm blessed." And he's equating his the blessings with carnal objects, with carnal things. You have to know what he's really saying. You know, he's saying, "I'm blessed because of these carnal, these wicked ass tangible things that I have in my possession. This is why I'm blessed." And that's the problem with Christianity. Whenever they say that, they only say they're blessed when they have something physical in their in their possession, whether it be cars, money, jewelry, a new job, right? That's the only time they really say, "I'm blessed by the Lord." But when's the last time you heard a Christian say, "I'm blessed because I receive understanding and precepts and I go through the trials and tribulations, and the Lord is dealing with me because he put me through this situation"? Whenever you ever heard a Christian say they're blessed through that alone? Nope. Typically, or always, and I'm blessed by these things that the Lord provided me. Now, of course, the Most High. I'm not saying the Most High can't provide you a job, things of that nature, but He's strictly equating His blessings with carnal riches. And the Lord's not a genie to give you carnal riches just, just because He like you or He keep the commandments. That's you're making the Lord to be some type of genie, and that's not who He is.
And drive what you want to drive. That's right. I'm a preacher, bishop.
He said, "That's right. I'm a preacher and I'm a bishop, and I'm driving a Rolls Royce."
And I drive.
Yeah, He's finished unless He repent. So that's why I say your gold and your silver is cankered, and the rest of them shall be a witness against you, right? And shall eat your flesh as it were fire. Ye have reaped treasure together for the last days. That $1 million chain, $1,000 car, whatever, $100,000 car, whatever. Hey, all those mean nothing. Yeah, you're gathering in the last days, but it's not going to amount to anything. Behold, the hire of the labors which have reaped down your fields, which is of you kept back by fraud, crieth, and the cries of them have reaped and entered into the Lord of Sabbath oath. Don't think, and let me say this too. I know a lot of your congregation, so called, they're they're famished. Not spirit, of course, spiritually, but not only that, but they're famished in terms of making ends meet, working two jobs, driving to church in a 2001 Honda with a 100,000 miles. And look at you boasting on. Hey, that's why the Lord said this. That's why the Lord said this in Luke. This is Luke chapter 3, verse 8. I'll start up a little. This is a good one. I'll start down. This is all good. But for the sake of time, I'll read verse 9 on down. And now also the axe is laid upon the root of the trees. Every tree, therefore, which bringeth not good fruit is hewn down and cast into the fire. Now you have to understand that the Lord spake to Israel in similitudes and parables. And trees, according to the Bible, is none other than man. You read about that, or an example is in Mark the 8th chapter, 24th verse. And the people asked him, saying, what shall we do then? He answered and saith unto them, he that hath two coats, let him impart to him that hath none. And he that hath meat, let him do likewise. Right? So, in other words, if you have an abundance, more than enough for yourself, hey, you divide it and you give it to the poor and the needy. That's what it means to be a father to the fatherless. Then came also the publicans to be baptized and said unto him, Master, what shall we do? And he said unto them, exact no more than that which is appointed you. And the soldiers likewise demanded him, saying, and what shall we do? So all these people are coming up to John, asking, what should they do to be better and how do they make it to the kingdom? And he's giving them different answers according to their life and profession, right? Because certain things a soldier, well, let's read it. And the soldiers demanded of him, saying, what shall we do? And he said unto them, do violence to a man, neither accuse any falsely, Salakia, and be content with your wages. So this doesn't really apply to the publican. Neither does the publican's portion is it really applicable to the other man, right? To the rich man. So we all have certain things that we have to sacrifice and do better in being in this truth, right? And this part, this applies to this rich man. If you have more than enough and you're flowing in a large sum of money, either it'll behoove you to be charitable to your brothers and give it to them. So here's some more precepts. Got to pull it up for Israel. Let's get Mark chapter 7, verse 11. But ye say, if a man shall say to his father or mother, it is Corban. We got to break down this word Corban. It means something. It's like, yeah, let's break down the word Corban. It means something. So we're going to the Blue Letter Bible, and it's going to break down the etymology, where it came from, what does it really mean, what it means in the Greek. So here it is: a gift offered or to be offered to God, the sacred treasury of Hebrew and Chaldean origin, respectively, a votive offering, and the offering a consecrated present to the temple fund. By extension, the latter term, the treasury itself, the room where the contribution boxes stood, Corbin. But ye say, so let's read that again with understanding. But ye say, if a man should do, it's like it, but ye say, if a man shall say to his father or mother, it is Corbin, right? It's beneficial, right? The things that I have goes to the treasury or to the temple. That is to say, a gift, right? By whatsoever thou mightest be profited by me, he shall be free. So that's what the pastors was doing back then. They were saying, telling the men and the women, it is Corban, right? It is a gift offering to the Lord. If you give whatever you have, that thou mightest be free. That's not going to make you free, right? Of course, that's charity, but that's not the end all be all. And it says this, and ye suffer him no more to do aught of his mother and his father. It's like if his father and his mother, or his mother. And this tells us what? That when you have a little bit of something, you should still give it to your father and your mother, even in your no matter how old you are, really. Whether it be time, a little bit of gold, a little bit of cheese. You kind of want to give it to your grandparents or your parents, especially if they're on hard times. But yet these pastors back in the ancient world were telling them, hey, it is Corban. It is a gift, right? That you give unto the Lord. And you're gonna be made free. You understand? And this man, what's his name? He's not even worthy to select it. It's not even worth me saying his name because this dude is just a fool. I'll call him Fat Cat Pastor. This Fat Cat Pastor, Miller, Miller Whitehead. You know, that's him. That's him in the ancient world. It is Corbin that you should give your money to the temple. And when it was going to the temple, it was really going in their pockets. It really went to them. You understand? They was pretty much saying put it in a temple church, and it was taking that money and doing all God knows what, you know. So let's get another one. Romans chapter 11, verse 4. What is that? The wrong one. Proverbs 11 and 4. Hey, Israel, you gotta get out these churches. You have to get the hell out of these churches, man. When you watch the Cold Cuts channel, you're not gonna hear breakdowns, elaborate, deep history breakdowns like you will in the churches. And that's not to boast ourselves. A fruit shall be known, it's like your tree shall be known by its fruit, you know? So when you watch, not even WFI, but when you watch these other Israelite videos and camps, you will understand that they really break down the precepts through the Spirit, right? Unlike these churches, you're not going to see breakdowns in videos. It says, riches profit not in the day of wrath, but righteousness delivereth from death. So if you're not righteous, you're not going to be delivered from death. And that's a sure way to be put in right in front of a thermonuclear missile. Let's get another one. Matthew chapter 6, verse 24. A we in this truth, you have to serve the Heavenly Father only. You're not here to serve money. And now he can say, well, I'm not serving money. I'm just having a nice time. I'm enjoying the little things in life. No, you're serving money. You're boasting of your clothes. You have more than enough, and you're not giving that. No man can serve two masters, for either he will hate the one and love the other, right? Or else he will hold the one and despise the other. Ye cannot serve God and mammon. Let's find out what mammon is. Again, with the Blue Letter Bible, this is the word mammon.
Strong's G 3126. Mammonas. Mammonas.
See that? Treasure, riches, where it is personified and opposed to God, right? You have certain people serving mammon. That's their God. But you can't serve money and the Lord at the same time. Because guess what? Money is going to tell you to get me by any means possible. The Lord is going to tell you you can't get money by any means possible. So that's why, they're two contrary, the two are contrary. And that's what Jake say in the world. Get money by any means necessary. No, brother, you can't get money by any means necessary. That's off. Therefore I say unto you, take no thought of your life, what shall ye eat, or what ye shall drink, nor yet for your body, what shall ye put on? It is not life more than meat, and the body than raiment. See that? And you continue to read, the Lord is telling us pretty much be content with what we have. Matter of fact, that's a good verse too. This is Philippians chapter 4, verse might be 12. All right, we'll start at 11. Now that I speak in respect of want, for I have learned in whatsoever state I am therewith to be content. So Paul was content. He was very content with what he had. He didn't chase money. He wasn't chasing after riches. He wasn't being these people, trying to be a influencer at the time. He was out here doing the work of the Lord sincerely. We'll bring out a few more precepts and wind down. This is Sirach chapter, let's get 31. Oh, I know do that. All right. 31. Watching for riches consumeth the flesh, and the care thereof driveth away sleep. Watching care will not let a man slumber, as a sore disease breaketh sleep. Right? You're not going to slumber because you're too busy chasing money. The rich have great labor in gathering riches together, and when he resorteth, he is filled with his delicates. Hey, and that's this man. He's filled with his delicates. And again, hey, you know, you gotta sometimes, well, really, you gotta know how to be wise and to get all this money. You do have to do some type of labor, and it's not sincere, but you do have to do some type of work, right? But the point is, right? I'm sure he did a lot of work to get to where he was. Not on the right hand side, of course, but on the left hand side. Because people on the left hand side, they do grind. That'll make it good. That's why I say in Proverbs, money gotten by vanity means nothing. Let's get that. That's Proverbs 13 and 11. Wealth gotten by vanity shall diminish, but he that gathereth by labor shall increase. So all his wealth he got by vanity, right? He got it through the left hand side, and it's going to diminish. But he that gathereth by labor shall increase. So, with that being said, the rich have great labor in gathering riches together, and when he resteth, he is filled with his delicates. The poor laboreth in his poor estate. Matter of fact, let's get his house. This is his house. And blonde in the hair, blonde hair, if that's his woman. Wow. This is so contrary to that which is righteous. This is terrible. This man's house. Got about 13 rooms in that thing. Man, this dude is a snake, man. This dude got spirits on him. This is your pastor? This is your pastor? This guy with gold cuffs? Yeah, Israel, your mind is bad. You have a strong delusion on you. The poor laboreth in his poor estate, and when he leaveth off, he is still needy. He that loveth gold shall not be justified. He that followeth corruption shall have enough thereof. Right? Gold hath been the ruin of many, and their destruction was present. Hey man, that's a bar, man. Gold hath been the ruin of many, and destruction was present. You know, if you got ears to hear. And as you continue to read this entire chapter, a lot of it touches on or at least the first half touches on money, and how it's not profitable to boast in it and to live in your money, right? It is a stumbling block to them that sacrifice unto it, and every fool should be taken therewith. Blessed is the rich that is found without blemish and have not gone after gold. That's plain. Who is he? And we will call him blessed for wonderful thing. Right. But the point is, a wealth gotten by vanity shall be diminished. Let's bring out like two more. Oops. Let's get Mark, and then we'll close out with Ecclesiastes. I'll start at 33. But when he had turned about and looked on his disciples, he rebuked Peter, saying, Get thee behind me, Satan, because Satan jumped on Peter. He wasn't just naturally calling Peter Satan because he disliked him. The Lord Yahweh Shai, he understood that spirits hopped on people, right? And it's obvious, he exorcised spirits out of people. So he could clearly see that Satan was on Peter, which is why he said, Get thee behind me, Satan, for thou savorest not the things that be of God, but the things that be of men. And when he called the people unto him with his disciples also, he said unto them, Whosoever will come after me, let him deny himself and take up his cross and follow me. The reason why I'm bringing this out is because this man, Miller Whitehead, this guy, he's not picking up the cross. He's not following after Hamashiach Yahweh. It's like Yahushai Hamashiach, all right? So he can't say that he's a true disciple or a follower or really a believer. So let's get Ecclesiastes chapter 5, verse 8, verse 13. There is a sore evil which I have seen under the sun, namely riches kept for the owners thereof to their hurt. And that's why it's not profitable to be rich in this world, I should say, because it's not going to do you nothing but jam you up at the end. Real Slocky, real quick. It was a guy who won a jackpot, $1 million jackpot somewhere in the past. I think it was over $1 million. He bought nothing but folly. He bought a damn knight suit, like an actual ancient historical knight, like a knight suit. The man went on horses, those knights. He brought that suit. He brought a damn dinosaur bones. He was just spending his money in folly, right? And then his wife left him for another rich man or something like that, and then became poor. And now he's homeless. So, man doesn't know what to do with a lot of money. That's why it's vanity to have a whole lot of it. You're not going to know what to do with it. You have more than the man could desire. You know, and you're not going to do no good with it because you're too busy thinking about what you could do with it instead of what you could do for your people. That's why these rich men have to go. There's a sore evil which I have seen under the sun, namely riches kept for the owners thereof to their hurt. But those riches perish by evil travail, and he begotteth a son, and there is nothing in his hand. Right? Especially if you have children, you blow all your money. Now you can't leave an inheritance for them. Now your children are jacked up. And I was just reading that the other day. I want to see. Let's see. Proverbs 2. A good name is rather to be chosen than great riches. This man's name is ass. It's terrible. It's butt. It's cheeks. It's doo doo. And loving favor rather than silver and gold. The rich and poor meet together. The Lord is the maker of them all. Right? By humility and the fear of the Lord are riches and honor in life. But it was one more I wanted to get. Um, Proverbs 13:22. Right? It reads this. A good man leaveth an inheritance to his children's children, and the wealth of the sinner is laid up for the just. All right. So that's plain, you know. So I will rise as I Israel is well informed on who this fat cat pastor is, and know not to, hearken to this man if you have been listening to him. You know, in fact, tell your family members about this man. Let them know, hey, this is what's happening in the churches. This is what's happening in the religion of Christianity. You have fat cat pastors who boast in their riches. But with that, I'm going to bid Israel Shalom. Our Barak Israel's been edified through the precepts. Till next time, Shalom.